Hello. Let me remove the video. There you go. Hey everyone. Ciao. I thought I'd do a video on the topic today. Actually, it's a couple of trade reviews and the way price moved, this morning during London and pre-open. And but I titled it "The Magic of Having Statistics by Your Side." Just this 1 second, maybe. Yeah. Okay, I don't touch it now. The magic of having statistics by your side, and maybe stay on the 5-minute chart. Don't ask me why I'm telling you. Well, I'll show you. Okay, the magic of using statistics to make trading decisions. So, of course, the price of an asset is the sum of the psychologies of all the entities participating in the market. The market always reflects the current understanding of how much something is valued by the community trading it at any given point in time. Okay, so because the price is an agreement between all the participants in the market, there are repetitive patterns. That's normal, the price of an asset, the news around the world, everything is put into the decision that each trader takes, and these patterns are repetitive, and the movements of price repeat all the times. Okay. I don't have to tell you this if you're a Nasdaq trader or any trader for that matter. So pattern matter, and if you take a large enough sample size, you can draw some statistics that in general prove correct. So as you may or may not know, I've been building some statistics based on, for now, on the 4-hour candles. I collected 30,000 4-hour candles from 2005, I think. I have 30,000. TradingView allowed me to download 30,000 4-hour candles, and then I have some 5 minutes and 1 minute, and I'll be calculating how much the manipulation and expansion of 4-hour candles is. Okay, for those who have been actually watching my videos, you don't need to know this, but you already know this, I mean. So this morning, it seemed like last day of the year, boring price action, this is never gonna move, and then look what happened. So okay, let me turn on a couple of things. Opening range, opening gap, yes, from yesterday. Okay, so price opens at 6 p.m. midnight my time, and we go down, we do a small gap, and we start to climb up. We arrive almost at these up close candles, start to inch down. And then if you take the price, the highest point between 8 p.m. and midnight, it was what's so-called Asia session. You take the high, you call it Asia high. You take the low, you call it Asia low. Now you see actually already what happened. But as we were walking through price, it was we had to decide, are we going to go out? So we took this liquidity, we rejected and failed to take Asia low. And let me do level breached. What was that? Look at this. It took this liquidity, could not take Asia low, and came back up. What time is it? We're past 2. So you know what happens at 2 a.m.? The new 4-hour candle opens. That's where I usually arrive at the charts, around this time. And let me show you the statistics what the statistics around the 2 to 6 4-hour candle were given this morning. Statistical levels. Yes, I want to show you 2 to 6 if we are bullish. Okay, and I have disabled the warning bands. Yeah, I can actually turn them on. Okay, so as you can see, the level was breached. We passed to, so what I expected was, if I expected price to be bullish, as it turned out to be, I would expect a sweep of Asia low, because you see, this is the beauty of the statistics. Without knowing anything, I mean, the statistics do not take into account where the Asia low is in general. I just take the size of this 22 to 2 a.m. candle, and I project it from the open, how much in general we go down. And I get, well, 75% of the times we should reach this first quartile, and 50% of the time this median, and then less than 25% of the times we should go below here. So let's do it fast. So if our bias is correct, what we do, wait. So let's make the assumption you're not watching every 15-second candle like some of us do, and you're just waiting for your signal to materialize. That means you are not going to engage in price until Asia low or Asia high is taken. Okay, so we wait. Just 5-minute candles. Don't think this is hindsight, you know. Don't think this is hindsight. We don't use hindsight here. Yes, we do. Okay, so we were waiting. The 4-hour candle will end at 6 a.m. So there's quite a bit to go. We are just, 1 hour in, and many times the low or the high of this 4-hour or this session is put in either at around 2, and 2 leaves without, or many times it's put in around 3, and then there's a sort of a curve that peters off. I can show you this if you give me a second. Actually gonna go and show you my tweet about it. Hey, you should follow me on Twitter or X, because I post a lot of cool stuff. You don't have to, but I think it's nice if you do. Yeah, there you go. So let me show you this tweet. Okay, so if I measured how many times the minimum or the maximum of the 2 to 6 4-hour candle, where does it happen? And it happens many times at 2. This is taking into account that it will touch the Q1 at least. So in this distribution, so you see the minimum is either at 2, and then it peters off to 10, to 20, to 30. Then sometimes the low is put in at 3, and then it peters off. There's a peak at 315, 320. So having that in mind, you see at 3 we had a big move, but it was not an extreme. We had an extreme that was 225. We still think we're going to be bullish, and we just breached Asia low. That's a massive pool of liquidity from the overnight session. That means that people have been trading before you were up, and you were in Australia, they were in Japan, they were trading Nasdaq, and there's a lot of stop orders below here, a lot of orders that bet on the market going up. So when the market comes back down, people are liquidated, and new longs can be paired, right? At least that's the theory. So we wait, and there you go. What did we do here? So it was a bearish candle that was violated, right? So on a lower time frame, this is a so-called change in state of delivery or market structure shift. If you go down time frames, you will see that there's a flip, so-called flip here. You can just look at it on 5-minute candles. So we inverted, we closed above this, the last down close candle. Maybe we now, so we touched the quartile, the first quartile, we almost touched the median. We breached Asia low. What do you think is going to happen? Where's my entry, by the way? Okay. Your entry is this retouch. After this, a fair value gap is created, right? So there's an imbalance, a big push of volume to the upside, and this candle cannot close inside here. So if you are convinced that this is the time where price reverts, well, this is a generous stop, and you want to go maybe to, this is just a 2.2 trade. Depending on how convinced you are, you could put a stop here. Not that I know, then you will get 4 hours. Not that I know what's going to happen, because I took this trade, by the way. Okay, sure, I will show you. Oh, I'm still in. And then 350, that's the big push of volume. Yo, call them, call the police. There's been a robbery. All right, 75 points. Now I want to show you how cool stats are. Okay, apart from, yes, we could have taken 75 points with 12 point stop. I did take this, all documented in the Discord I participate in, but 1 second. All right, sorry, sorry about the glitch. Okay, now I want to show you something crazy, which is the statistical levels of how much this 2 to 6 candle will retrace before expanding. Look how much they match today the actual price action. So the Q1 level is close to the Asia low. The median expansion is close to Asia high. And then there is an expansion level that gets hit only 25% of the times, and it says PD 0.5 here. I don't know if you can see it, which is basically the previous day 50%. You want to believe what happens? That we get there too. Okay. So you can use all your knowledge of ICT, of market structure, price action, of DTFX, but adding maybe a statistical confluence and like some statistically relevant data to your trading decisions, you will have basically actual trend and general people's behavior, historical behavior on your side. And that's objective, right? So that's the beauty of this, is that it's objective. This generally happens over many samples. These levels is where price turns. So first example. Second example, it's when we finish this this 4 hour candle. Let me go forward. So we get to 6 a.m. Okay. So I'm sorry, I remember what I was saying. I'm sorry, I had a phone call. So what happened? I took this long. And I wanted to hold it. And I actually had a very high target. I think I had this target. And, sometimes I do. I moved my stop to break even. When it bolted above here, I moved my stop to break even. So, price came back down, took me out, and then ran 75 points. Actually, 120, 130 points. Can you see my sad face? Wait. Sad face. Right. Comedy moment. All right. So then we get to a different. Okay. So a new candle is opened, right? So let me do it like this. Imagine that. Not that I know, but that the 6 to 10 could be bearish, maybe. Let's see what happens. So, okay, we said, okay, if you zoom out, now for real, let's build a narrative, right? Okay, we had a huge drop yesterday. We came back in a sort of optimal trade entry, or however you want to call it, Fibonacci retracement level. Let me show you. I do go by eye. I think it's he always does that. Yeah, so we retrace at 62%, typical Fibonacci level. We break down again, and then we come back to retest this unmitigated zone, and we get back up here, right? So it's possible that now we get a continuation down. It's perfectly possible. Right, so that's an assumption that we can make, and I don't know how price is developing now. So I'm telling you what I saw at 7:30 that convinced me to go short. I show you documentation of how I did it and why I did it. So I was out for lunch. I come back, and it is 7:10. I did take it on the 1 minute and 15 seconds. I think on the 1 minute this trade, but look what's happening. You see here. Have you ever heard of the 3 Indians or 3 drives pattern? 1, 2, 3. It's a way the price exhausts itself, right? You know, it's one of the classical patterns. Everybody talks about it because it works. Even ICT himself mentions the 3 drives many times. So check here. We're close to 730, which is the moment where sometimes there's an injection of volatility. This is an inversion fair value gap, or it's an imbalance that then gets closed below. So check out what we did. So if it's true that we are bearish, maybe the next 4-hour candle will go down, what we need to do first, we have to go from the open. We're going to go up, induce people to go long on this breakout, pair orders for our short, and then go short. And so I did take this short. So I saw the reason why I took this short was 3 drives pattern, which usually actually are 4. 1, 2, 3. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go. And a small imbalance on the 5-minute candles, and keeps drawing dots. Sorry about that. Okay. And I was actually following the market, the structure here very closely on the 1 minute. And then we get to 7:30. Okay. It seems like we close below and then we closed above. Yeah, so I took this trade. Let me show you. I can show you actually all the executions on the combined screen. I took 2. So what happens, I did take, well, I can watch it on, I can draw them for you here. So I went short, I think here. I think the first short was, what time was it? 7:36. Yeah, so on this, I had a stop sell with a stop here and with a target there. That's my first short. And then on the retest, so I closed it earlier. Yeah, so I closed it earlier. I will show you the actual. And then when I saw it retest and holding on this fair value gap, I didn't think the move was done. Absolutely not. So I did re-enter on this break, actually. Just breakout trader. So I put my stop here. And ideally I wanted to hold until here. So on the target I had was aggressive, but I started trailing. And at one point the trail got me, and I was up 700. So that's how I took it. All right. And see, price is developing. We're still working because now we're getting close to the 9 embargo, 9 a.m., 9 open, all that shenanigan. Okay, so let me take a screenshot to show you how I could have trailed better. Look, I'm not perfect, you know. These are the trades. Yeah, I can improve. Right, a lot of things I can improve. But I did take at 9:36, and then I re-entered at, wait, I tell you the time. I re-entered at 7:55, so basically at the 8 a.m. push. 7:55, 477? Oh, dude, I actually entered at, okay, 477. Okay. So on this break, I entered here. It looks higher on the screenshot, but where was it, by the way? Did I flick again my... it was here. Okay, sorry. Okay, so that's it. I did take the trade in 2 chunks. Probably better to hold the whole trade through, but that's what I did. Okay, but the main point I wanted to make is that this is statistically where the expansion, or say the manipulation of the 6 to 10 candle will stop. Well, it will reach here 75% of the times, 50% of the times there. So you can sort of draw this curve like this, right? So sort of will many times it will reach there. Well, this is not correct, right? So the probability that it will stop here, it will go like this. Because it will also reach here. So the probability that it gets thinner and thinner, the probability that we're gonna go up to Q3. So for me, it's enough. It touched Q1. There's a logical reason why it could drop down, and then I took a trade. It don't have to be perfect, but if your risk to reward is higher than, you know, a certain percentage, then you're going to be profitable in the long run. Okay, that's it. That's what I wanted to show you, and let me know if it makes sense. Is it because it was not live, and it keeps growing. Okay, this is getting annoying, ridiculously annoying. Okay, that was what I wanted to show you. Let me know if this makes sense. If you enjoy this, and I want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for being excited about possible release of these indicators, and sign up for mailing list, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the new year. Bye. Music, wait, let me do it like this. I know you enjoy this. You will enjoy this music. There you go. And from BP. Okay, talk to you soon. Ciao. Happy New Year. Ciao.